All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome, Rabid here, and today we're going to be taking an update look at the matches INI box and see just how much this is actually making in real world situations. So the other day we found the dashboard and everything, we got it set up and stuff. We're going to take a look at our average hash rates and everything and see how much coins we've actually mined, as well as set up our spreadsheet to see if we could possibly ROI this thing or not. Stay tuned. Are you looking for ASIC miners but just not sure who to trust? From most popular brands to bestsellers to miners of the week and even deals of the moment, ASIC Mining Central has you covered to the cheapest prices out of any ASIC website, as well as import fees will be low with low tax with DDP or invoice, and code RABID will grant you an additional $50 off your order. Head on over to ASIC Mining Central today for all your ASIC mining needs. Links down in the description. Now back to our regular scheduled program. All right, so coming into ASIC miner value, we can see the Pinecone matches INI box here, any box, whatever you want to call this box, is currently making about $31.26 per day. That's before power cost. So remember, it's 850 mega hash at 500 watts. So around 506 to 512 based on our server power supplies. What we're getting, you can calculate that to remove that from the revenue to determine, your profitability based on your power cost. Now, this is saying best price is $2,950, where we have 2980 here, and code Rabid Mining will grant you a discount from ASL miners. So coming back into here though, we can see the Z15 Pro is down to $17 a day right now. When this was up to 60 and some, which was only a couple weeks ago, people were spending $9,000 to purchase, to FOMO purchase, not just purchase. We do have to add in is FOMO purchase to this miner, and now it's greatly dropping in profitability, and it could be not profitable again within the next couple weeks. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, this is the new king, $31, but there aren't very many on the network coming in right now. Looking at the total network hash rate is currently now at 5.11 terahash. It was 4.8 or something when I was doing my numbers and profitabilities and things like that. So it's up a little bit here. So this is where we're currently sitting, 5.11 terahash. Remember, this is 580 mega hash. So there's a room for a couple hundred of these things before we really start seeing the profitability drop pretty fast. Ultimately, the price will also matter on the profitability. As we can see, it is coming down now. But some people have been pointing out, if you actually look here, this was announced somewhere in June or July, but it just started shipping now in December, and the major pump happened the end of November. So, some people are trying to point towards, is this an ASIC pump for this coin? I don't really know. I haven't been following the coin, so I don't really know what's happening with it, but it does make sense seeing how the pump is aligning with the release of the ASIC. All right, so just coming into the pool to get an idea of how much this has been earning so far. Remember, here we can see our real-time hash rate is 851, and our average is about 850. Coming into the miner itself, it is saying 881 is the average, and is doing real time about 1.05 gigahash right now. But remember, we always want to use the pool for our numbers. So it's looking like 851, and over the day, we have been averaging about 850, exactly where it should be. Now, coming into the earnings here, you can see right now this resets every day when they send you your payout here. And here is your estimated 244.8 per day, or per week 1,714, and how much you made so far in the past 30 days. This is paid out, not with this added in. So if we actually scroll down, you can see how much this is earned. So this is when I first turned it on. It was about a quarter day or something here. We can see it was paid 67.19, and then our full day's pay of having this on is 235. So that's how much we actually made in a full 24 hours period here. So we take 235.6 and just kind of multiply that by the current price here. So 235.6, and just bringing up the calculator here on my phone. 235.6 times 0.1277. That is $30.08. So at the current price of everything, yeah, as it's down. So that is $30 a day right now that this is making before power costs. So you got to add in your power costs here to determine how profitable this is for you. And remember, they just started shipping, so we don't know how many have sold and how many will go online yet. So I kind of got to change some things here, but this is my spreadsheet. So we're not starting August 22. This is kind of like my spreadsheet that I did for my Kaspa, the original ones I got from T Swift. I'm using the same sheet here to determine the ROI on this thing and if it'll hit it. Now, if we start getting down to $1 a day or something, I'm just going to shut it off and cancel this test. But until then, we'll see how close we're getting. So right now, I'm just going to adjust this to whatever yesterday was. So that was December 9th. So we're going to start December 9th here. There we go. We don't need a time in here. Right there. All right, done that. So here we are. So remember, this is for the total that I've had so far, because in my one full day, I just put it into here. So the ROI is going to be longer than this. We just saw $30 a day. So that would work out to be $99 a day based on the $2,980. So we'll see how that goes. But here I'm going to put in every day as I do this. Remember, this is selling daily, getting what it is, not trying to hodl and hope it goes up or something, because it's probably going to crash here over the next month or so. So we'll just see what happens. So anyway, so on day 2, I'll put in how much I get paid for the 24 hours. I'll put in the current price that I sell it at, and then we'll see the total that I got for it, as we can see right there. And then we'll see it'll auto adjust to, our remaining. So let's just see this. I'll show you for an example here. If I put in, say we get let's say it's predicting what? Let's say 220 coins here, and say it's the same price, 0.12658. Now we can see that's $27 for the day, and it dropped. We can see that this price dropped and our day's ROI also dropped as well. But we're going to adjust this each time, because now we're going to go from instead of $38 a day that I got for that, we got to put it to $27 a day as the latest that we mine. So now we can see that now we have 107 days to go based on this, if we only get 220 coins at the same price. So our ROI now went from 77 up to 107 now. And this is how I'm going to kind of track it, how it shows the ROI bouncing all over the place. I'll update the network hash rate and stuff as each day goes by. So it'll be an interesting chart to do as time goes by. So I do want to delete this, and I want to keep that. I want to get rid of this. So delete and delete, and then keep it back to where it is right now. And then I got to put this back to where we are at 38 for that one. There we go. So this is where we're sitting right now. That's kind of how my spreadsheet's going to work. And I'll just do this daily after I get paid, and we'll see exactly how it goes. So interesting times. How long do you guys think it will take to ROI this machine, or is ROI going to be never? As I mentioned, when it gets down to like maybe $1 or something a day, maybe $2, where it's not really worth running anymore because the profits is very low, I'm just going to shut it off and say, nope, done. It's garbage, throw it away type of thing. So we'll see what happens if we get to that point or not. But right now, it's looking like a decent ROI time, but that's just like everything when these ASICs first release. All right, guys, so that's just a quick update of the Matches INI box here to see the current real world profits of this miner and to kind of track it each day to see how this will go. So I don't know, when do you guys think my next update should be? Should it be in 7 days time? Should we wait a full month to see how it's doing, to bring some of that more data towards you guys? Let me know down in the comments section. But currently I am beginning to track the ROI process. I got everything set up to do so. And now we just got to wait and see what happens with this network. So far it's profitable. Usually that doesn't last very long. So that's all up in the air. Ultimately, it comes down to what's the price of this coin going to do and how many people end up actually buying these miners. That's the big part that's up in the air. It does seem like a lot of people are staying away and saying not having it. So that would be good. But, again, there's going to be people that purchase them. And if you are, smash the links in the description. And if not, lay back and we'll just see how this gong show will play out. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.